We were in this country where your lawyer, Godfred was caught on tape. Yachino tape so. You were the Chief Justice. He was the Attorney General. Asema na ewo court. Na or the asem na akosi judge kulendi fie. Na wafre omo asem for mo no ewo fie ho na or discuss asem no. At a point, he was bribing people to say things in court. Senye beya. The asem no will go in favor of NPP. The whole Ghana told you that Godfred as an Attorney General, he needs to be cautioned to sit in the Supreme Court and spat at us. Now, I was on my side. Team, stay with me. I am Madam Torkono, and you see, let me say something. This woman called the former Chief Justice, Torkono, she is one, arrogant. She is selfish. She feels so entitled. She does not respect our constitution. She thinks everything evolves around her. So the sense of entitlement, it didn't move. Into Obugana Fonyina say, we are supposed to listen to her, even at a point where she wants us to bend the law and review the constitution to make her feel important in her dross. And that is the despicable thing about all that is happening today when it comes to the CJ matter. Who wouldn't love to have Torkono as a mom? I would love to have her as a mom. Who wouldn't want to have a woman as a judge? We all want to have a woman as a judge. But who wouldn't want to speak when a woman or somebody like Torkono, who has been given power to serve, wants to act like she can command us around, and to the point where she wants our constitution to be touched because of her. So she's so full of herself. Inside her drawers, it is a cakey. The drawers more cakey. Out of because she feels that everything should be about her. That is what is making me feel this woman has lost it. This former Chief Justice, she has lost it. Now, before I go into this matter, I want us to laugh about something. The MPP are almost protecting Torkono as their lawyers and as Torkono's spokespersons, you know. Till date, from the day the Constitution, actually, John Mahama, who is the president, what to do, and the Council of State, what to do, and also the committee, investigating matter, what to do, no. Till date, the NPP, one thing they have not been able to do is to tell Ghana for say, the Constitution has been breached. Nobody has been able to do that. Now, they want to divert attention. Now, some person Chief Justice, Yen can say there are people who want to meet and have a coup, and not just ordinary people, judges and lawyers who are well known around the world in Ghana with higher reputation, Uber expect say a judge and a lawyer should have. Do you think, say, with all due respect to Chairman won't me kura we Jimmy Kakri, one abronye Jimmy. Any MPP for supporters kakri o Jimmy Omegalam say, say omu person kwashe kukuom na omu tu JFK na omu tu chairman odwin say omu kwakotena restaurant akoye sa meeting. I'm just asking. This shows how low, how foolish, how unintelligent politics, MPP and the politics are. Now, they don't have anything to say. Yes, but I'm talking to court. The problem, you know, say, or see, and stop it, proceedings, no, and I say, committee, no, because she needs to sit before the constitution committee for them to question her on her actions. Bonia would dino. I will see a busan and the bonnet na obien anoka. Or say on person obey inti. And the MPP for say lawyers ni judge be echo restaurant. Na sa restaurant no munyina sheshia wo no. It means say sa judge no any lawyers omuba almost separate places better than restaurant no. Kianeki, they were having a meeting and having a coup to take out, and I say, to make sure Torkono, disrespectful Torkono, never comes back as Chief Justice. Where on earth, actually, wait, Jimmy, for somebody to tell you this kind of story? And these judges, and these lawyers are reputable. I don't even have time to mention names because this story is funny. They didn't get any secure location. Sa judges na moka say, omako shia, akoye meeting, any lawyers no, the whole Accra no more, such a sensitive issue. They didn't have any place to meet than a restaurant where waitresses are going, people are sitting next to them, whilst people know who they are. They didn't have anywhere to go sit in an open restaurant to do what? Have a meeting and cook a story about it. Actually, with Jimmy. Now, these are the videos they are circulating. Say, oh, Judge Way, and a lawyers be echo share restaurant, my CCTV, about Bontine, Joy News, Omoya Jandam, Adaya, waiting to the Chief Justice say, Bonina wedding yinano, on penny, on coffee, or person sabedi Chief Justice. These are the videos. Watch this. So one, these are judges who enter a restaurant. And when you watch the video, this is a busy restaurant. In fact, the chairs are so close to the point whereby if you are even talking to your girlfriend or your wife and you are not very quiet, the next person could hear everything. We are talking about people who are well known. We are talking about judges, lawyers, who are well known everywhere, who can be noticed. They walk into a restaurant and you expect them to go sit in the middle of the restaurant and have a meeting about the Chief Justice. Serious. Actually, with Jimmy, how can that be the basis? Say, you see, amanphobia. Now, these people enter, they go to meet people sitting there. They are in the same profession. A lawyer, a judge, judges, they see judges, they show respect. They walk to them. Because if you're a lawyer and you see a judge, it is very important or respectful to walk to the judge, even whether you are older than him or not. You just have to walk to him out of respect to just say, exchange pleasantries. Now, the second video you are seeing, these are people who just go to restaurant, lawyers in the same profession, see a judge sitting with another person, they walk past them, some of them shake, some go to the other side, the other person sees that the judge is on the other side, go say hello and come back. This thing is casual. And this is what MPP are circulating, that because of this, a serious meeting has happened in the middle of a busy restaurant. Now, Sebio, omun to impon rent to hotel room ko. This is the second video. The lawyer who got out from his seat, out of respect, when he looked around and saw his colleagues, some being a judge, some of them being one of them being a judge and others being lawyers, just got up, exchange pleasantries. Hey, boss, namusuma baha. Hey, ahani yesu yedi dio. Yemre mabeshi ojafuni yakasa. Oh, nice. When Madam Torkono ako jina court, catch Ghana for you say, when meeting. I'm like, are we mad as a people? And And a whole Chief Justice goes to court and says, pene ema dien, pene ma committee na Ghana Constitution ashe me ateno, pene mo monko so adentra. There's people on the committee, they were at this restaurant in tea. Na adwini mu no, ohun se na omo bo ne ho po. Like this is where we are. This is total destruction. Where the woman has no case. She is scared to meet the committee. She knows she has committed crimes, not a crime, crimes that she needs to answer to. The whole Chief Justice, suspended CJ Torkono through her lawyer, Godfred Dame, Tio. Chief Justice way akofa Godfred Dame send a lawyer. Na ende our court no Godfred Dame na oye Attorney General in the government that brought her. Suddenly or shockingly or surprisingly, Torkono morally when your lawyer Bia or Ghana say that Attorney General that we were talking say she was favoring the Attorney General, helping the Attorney General, conniving with the executive and Attorney General, jailing people politically. This woman morally could not move away from that assertion to go get somebody to be her lawyer. When your lawyer Bia or Ghana say, the Nana Adodankwa Ekufuado lawyer, Godfred Dame na yen lawyer or the Nakojina court. Like Jesus Christ. Obia ye Torkono edruana. Ana Torkono onferia die. Torkono ni age ni na umudi 17, 18 na neighborhood ya from abena uhubon die. Omon feria die. Torkono is not shy of anything. She's not embarrassed. Torkono, me assure sa time I know di 17, 18 in neighborhood no. Na your friend abena uhubon die. Because the issue is, you should be even ashamed. Morally, you're not even supposed to go back and bring Godfred Dame. But you know what hurts? It is the rationale behind what they are trying to do. They are forcing us to think, say, Madam Torkono, into what she wants is what we have to do. That is what I hate about what is happening. The former Chief Justice Torkono is disrespectful. Very disrespectful. Her body language, her posture, that attitude that she's entitled to something that she's not entitled to. That idea that it is me and that the law cannot apply. That is what chucks me about this whole concept happening. Because Madam Torkono at this point is trying to tell us, say, na semina abano, say, udi wo mu kwa dia birthday party kura menko bi. Menko ye. Menko wedding. As far as onwako di na semina yede na bejina committee enim no, the moment aka committee no men didi wa abontene. Because if it was a wedding or a funeral, and anke ko hu nkofo we wa asia, anka die ne beka. So right now, the lawyers or people who are involved in this case, they cannot meet as human beings anyway. To Godfred Dame and get to Torkono. That is how they see it. So it's a sense of entitlement. It is me. So nobody should go out and eat. It is me. So as far as your name is in there, you cannot meet anybody and have a conversation. It is me. That entitlement mentality. Amanda draws my ding. But this woman, if she's making that argument today, say, oh, today, nipebiti aya committee ni so. Nipebiti committee ni so. Ena CCTV ehun so oma ko share restaurant omu ko baby na go share as far as sa nipedi bi eka committee no no ono Madam Torkono hu ni say their judgment. In fact, Torkono call court no. She raised some issues. Interlocutory injunction and open. Or see. Judge will say Mr. Puaman. Or see oh time na ono eye Supreme Court judge no. Chief Justice no. Former Chief Justice way. Or see oh some people try to take him out by petitioning the Chief Justice. Enti saa de no wo papa niti ohuni say Puaman na ote committee ni so no automatically no na adwiri mu no Puaman pe na asem ti Puaman be pam no. Puaman will help the committee to sack her. That is her idea. So she's prejudging everything. She already has an idea about everyone. Because in her brains, you know, or say poor man etime pia bontreko other lawyers. Or restaurateur. And the chempo say poor man asem no on demand say during her time, you know, the petition breno. That the question here is, so petition here the bro about poor man no. At the end of the day, did you sit on the petition and did you give poor man the chance to explain himself? The petition itself was not heard. So the petition which wasn't heard, how can you conclude today and say, because a petition was brought against poor man when you were the Chief Justice, automatically poor man has something against you? Ebia enambonia wakorino ene so daye. Ama ni tire boni na Torkono every year time na ye Chief Justice no. Eno na so Torkono daye ende. Now the question here is, were we not in this country? And they raise the issue about a year Gawu, a judge and another Danko Kufuado, Ekofano, Edene Baye, so Ome Supreme Court judge. People were questioning Gawu's political affiliation because Judge Gawu, or a former parliamentary candidate for the NPP, this matter came to court. What did the Chief Justice say? Because at this point, the Chief Justice wants to tell us to say, because a petition was brought against poor man during her time as a CJ, no, which we all know say that petition wasn't written by you, Torkono. That petition wasn't written by Kwadwo. That petition was written by a Ghanaian with allegations in, and that allegation at the end of the day was not verified to see say poor man aye de na nipa ne kana na se onkaye. So how can you today go to court and say on person committee na juma basu because why dream no poor man aye den empa wasem? Because at the end of the day, undi poor man body biya. You did not even sit on any petition. For somebody to just bring in a petition does not mean you, the Chief Justice Torkono, you took a decision against poor man to get rid of poor man. Unless that was your intention, unless that was what you were planning to do. If that was not what you planned to do, or that wasn't your intention, then it means you basically respected poor man's independence. You did not care about the petition. You only cared about the independence when it comes to the job. Because you told us the same thing when Gawu Torkono kachire say Gawu na Ghana for ekase or your MPP former minister no parliamentary candidate no, he cannot be moved to the Supreme Court because of his affiliation. Not just an affiliation, because he contested on the ticket of the party in power. This was the argument the Chief Justice made. Time I had the case in the bar court. The argument, let's listen to the Chief Justice when that issue was raised.
Speaker of Parliament Alban Bagbin took aim at the judgment of the Supreme Court that stayed his ruling on those 4 seats. He asked his lawyers to file an application to get that set aside. But even before that argument will be had in court, his lawyer was on his feet in opposition to one member of the panel, Justice Yao Enesgayewu.
He was known to be associated with the New Patriotic Party. And in fact, he was a parliamentary candidate in one of their constituencies in the Volta region.
I think you said enough.
Very well. And
yes.
I just want to demonstrate from, especially again.
No, I think you said enough.
From the
I think you've said. No, I think you've said enough. Kindly resume this.
Very well, Mali.
After listening to the arguments on both sides, the Supreme Court, the 5-member panel, did not agree with Thaddeus Sori, lawyer for the Speaker, that Justice Yao Enesgayewu should recuse himself from the case.
This court must take judicial notice of the fact that within the ranks of the Superior Court is a former member of Parliament for the National Democratic Congress, a former General Secretary of the People's National Convention. The subject matter of this suit before this court is a constitutional dispute and not a matter involving political parties. The objection is therefore misconceived. This court must take judicial notice of the fact that within the ranks of the Superior Court is a former member of Parliament for the National Democratic Congress, a former General Secretary of the People's National Convention. The subject matter of this suit before this court is a constitutional dispute and not a matter involving political parties. The objection is therefore misconceived.
This is Madam Torkono. Time Albert Bagbin mo case the court to say, Mr. Gau, MPP parliamentary candidates, and the other Supreme Court so. Torkono etna case so the okache Ghana for no say. Gau sebio asemna eda court eda na so no. A constitutional dispute, and that any political parties assembly yeka. 81, she recognized say asana the court no na if a constitution no na nenya political party assem, meaning Gau has the constitutional right to be a judge on the Supreme Court bench, and that it is not about his political affiliation. Because we are looking at the constitution. The law is the law. It is not about party which he was part of. Intina Torkono kache Ghana for say, fine. Gau MPP ni. Gau a contesting as a member of parliament. Gau CPP ni or PNC ni. Yenim se or politics pa. Nemum. Court hana otino. A constitution one sem na oka. A constitution edena ba. A constitution won some and original so did adwuma na mom enya political party. Now the question here today is, poor man, today as we speak, the matter in front of us is a constitutional matter. It is a poor man kura akọ restaurant. Na wakoshia NDC ni wo ho. Na oni NDC no atonse didi. Na oya NDC lawyer. At the end of the day, what is in front of the committee is a constitutional matter and not a political party issue. Inti your case in court today say we should get rid of poor man and other people because you believe say they are politically affiliated or politically affiliated. No, it does not come in here. Meaning, even your basis for going to court, no, you have breached the constitution. Because if you sat in court and told us to say, Gau, it does not matter the political party or war. The political party he basically led or contested in their name. What matters in your courtroom is that Gau is sitting on a constitutional matter. What we are dealing with, this allegation that came up, this petition that has gone through the mail to get to the committee, is a constitutional issue. It is not a political issue, because in the first place, the people who filed the petition have not told us they are party A, party B, card-bearing members. They are citizens of the republic. They actually petitioned the constitution, and they activated a clause in the constitution that has to take effect. And those clauses in the constitution were followed by the president. It is a president in the constitution. What we are discussing is purely constitutional. It is not political. And do not make it look like say, NDC NDC for into what in your mind, you know, it is a political thing. There's no political thing here. This is purely constitutional. That is why we are using the constitution to deal with this matter. Sanka political anka Mahama beka say yanko asiedun ketia office na yanko dia semono. But because this matter is purely constitutional, the president followed the constitution. The president worked in the remit. He worked inside the constitution to make sure say every single part of constitution is saying and one year fast. Inti Torkono, you even going to court shows say psychologically you are not ready and you don't even understand the law. Unless you want to delay us, you want to tell us, Guardian, say, Jimmy. That is the thing. Because Gau, the constitution, not political. What we are looking at today is constitutional. Now, at the Fufra, na Torkono airport court and say, constitution, no, modify constitution, no. Yamfa and Sanka constitution in favor, no. It's constitutional, never said, say, you petition the president, not say, your petition allegation no ye hu say chief justice why ye bibia I was say ye butoto to na constitution ma ho kwan say yen kan o TV so emobi ehu I say secrecy yen kan wo dem because nyoma bi wo ho a chief justice yen pese Ghana for behu but chief justice Torkono say eyo no nti yen go against the constitution. How dare you tell us to go against the constitution? Because nobody in Ghana is bigger than the Constitution. So for Torkono to even tell us, say, she wants the hearing to be on TV for everybody to watch. She does not even respect the Constitution, because the Constitution does not make it clear that this hearing or the committee hearing should be in camera, should be on TV. It is say right now you want us to modify the Constitution because of you. Without due respect, give us a reason why you want us to modify the Constitution for you alone. And I said, you otofa a 9. And I Torkono, ye who was lawyer and judge da. You need to stay within Emrano and humble yourself and go through the process. As we speak today, nobody in Ghana has said you are guilty of the allegations. So what is your problem? What is the problem with you, Torkono? You are too disrespectful. Your body language, the arrogance in you. You felt that every Ghanaian is beneath you. The kind of arrogance you exhibited in your home, making your husband look like a maid. You exhibited the same arrogance in your courtroom. And now that you have committed a lot of blunders, we are trying to help you justify yourself. Still, the arrogance is not giving you room to understand the Constitution is the holy book of this land. So your arrogance, your body language, the attitude, the disrespect for the people of Ghana, because you alone choosing to go to the court means you respect the court. So why are you not following the rules of the court? Because you are the same person who was telling us that the court, the law is the law. So if the law is the law, why do you want us to change the law to favor you? When you for 9. When you for 9. Why and our chain or Ghana or Barbain our China today you want it to look like say without you we Ghanaians we cannot move forward. Maintain your level, Adole. Madam, any brabao, sit down and maintain your level. Keep the arrogance at home. Start to humble yourself. Start to respect the Constitution. Start to respect the people who put you at the Supreme Court. Politics, so the issues, you want it to be about you. It is not about you. It is about the Constitution. And you made it clear to us, it is about the Constitution. Okay? When Torkono was the Chief Justice, we saw the highest form of disrespect and abuse of even the media. After your marking, the highest level of disrespect to we Ghanaians. After your marking to be back court within 2 hours, when you're hearing. You sat in Ghana, insulted everybody, Chief Justice. You disrespected every single Ghanaian. No respect for whatsoever. You saw everybody to be a fool until you see Sedipani LPP as we should respect. You disrespected every single person. We all saw how you made the court intimidate everybody in Ghana. In fact, during your time as the Chief Justice of Ghana, Adole, Afenyo Makin, who is your personal person that you share things with, as a minority leader, even refused to accept that he's a minority leader. You who send your MPP for a using court, abusing even journalists on live TV. They made it look like, say, Torkono has come to stay. She is not going to die today. She's not going to leave the Supreme Court. She's going to be there till she's 90 years. So when Torkono makes a pronouncement, the NPP made all of us look like, say, Jimmy, even to a point where a journalist was making a report in front of Parliament. Afenyoma came to me on live TV to harass the journalist on TV. This is what happened. These are some of the nonsense we heard. We saw in Ghana. The nonsense. Parliament
had to make a decision or an order on the matter. The Speaker of Parliament will subsequently, on October 17, rule on the matter, where he made it clear in the ruling that the 4 said seats I've just mentioned were declared vacant. Alexander Apenyo-Makin, leader of the NPP side of Parliament, will subsequently come to the Supreme Court and come and make a case. According to him, he was requesting some interpretation of Articles 97, which has been a major contention in this. And now, all the way, the Speaker would then file another application some few days later, seeking to overturn the ruling. But that didn't go in his favor. And now we've gotten to the point where the Supreme Court is expected on October 12 to give some final ruling. Yeah.
I will continue to correct you. Stop misreporting. I am the majority leader. Don't say, no, say it. You've been saying it consistently, and I've been correcting you. The court has pronounced. Stop describing me as leader of MPP caucus. You should know better.
So, Nana, there you have it. Alexander Penyumaki, I'm clearly not happy with the description, with the description that's been widely reported in the media as leader of the MPP caucus. According to him, he still remains the majority leader, and there's been no set project. There's been no set.
Young man, wait. For the purpose of education, the speaker made a pronouncement. The court has ruled. You have lawyers at City. I don't know your experience in reporting, but once a court has made a pronouncement to restore the status quo, don't say that I am saying. You, as a reporter, there has been 2 rulings confirming that. So don't continue to describe me as leader of MPP caucus. Is that okay? Don't tell the public that I am claiming and that you don't know what it is. Unless you don't know why you are doing court reporting.
I know why I'm doing court reporting.
No. So can you clarify?
Yeah, but I've mentioned it clearly in previous reports and in subsequent reports that you are the leader of the MPP caucus of the House. And even the Speaker of Parliament, you know... So,
see, this is how low now your team, when I need a team. You see the kind of things that was exciting them, harassing journalists. Leader of the NPP caucus, majority leader. What's the difference? Leader of the NPP caucus, now $1 was 17. See the foolishness. Kasongo no know. All these things happen because Torkono gave the room. Torkono allowed this nonsense to go on. We were watching. Adole, you allowed all these things to go on because you emboldened these idiots. The little power that we gave you, you thought that you could use politics to intimidate every Ghanaian. But you forgot that the voter had the power. This happened when you were Chief Justice. Afenyomakin couldn't have come out to fool himself if you had not given him the audience in the Supreme Court. The audience you gave that guy, the foolish audience you gave Afenyomakin and his group of NPP fools, that is what caused these things. You sat there, you didn't think about anybody. Adole, let me tell you some of the things you did. You see, we were in this country when you gave 5 names to Kwadwo. 5 names. You want us to know who is political? You are political than a MPP women's organizer. Adole, Torkono, listen. You sent 5 names. You are saying that poor man has gone to a restaurant and even that restaurant, the man was not there. Because you have seen some people you think, you perceive that they don't like you, so we should stop everything. We were in this country, where your lawyer, Godfred was caught on tape. Yachino tape so. You were the Chief Justice. He was the Attorney General. You, Torkono, you want to come and talk about politics. Who is political than you? Godfred, who used to be the Attorney General and you being the CJ, he was caught on tape. Asema na ewo court. Na or the assemna akosi judge kulendi fie. Na wa fre omo assembly form no ewo fie ho na or discuss asem no. At a point, he was bribing people to say things in court. Senior beya the assembly will go in favor of NPP. Torkono, the whole Ghana told you that Godfred as an Attorney General, he needs to be cautioned. You sat in the Supreme Court and spat at us. Your disrespect and arrogance. The rule of law, you turned it into diaper. You turned it into pampers. You turned it into sanitary pad. You were using it like every month. These people. Justice Eric Cheba for Udinidin Koma Eye Ekufuado. On Supreme Court. What credentials na Cheba for wa? I said because Supreme Court. All because Cheba for he did what? He jailed NCA people who were appointees of NDC. Judge, Her Ladyship Pamela Sarah Cynthia. This same woman who used to be the Judicial Secretary. The woman you connive with to give your daughter almost $5 billion a city's contract. This woman, secretary to the Judiciary, you gave her name to Akufo-Addo to make her a Supreme Court judge. Torkono, Adole, this woman, Justice Efia Sewa Sari, when Godfred Dame, time at force in case Liba ya Jakpa, yen you catch the Ghana for a catcher will say, you are the Chief Justice morally. What has happened? Godfred Dame behind the scenes with evidence. Yen you know who say or chatty a subject. He is organizing meetings. We told you this judge change her keke. Now morally, yen who say, Uniminyansa udi Ghana so. You told us we are stupid. These people, you lined them up in 2024, gave them to Kwadwo to move them to Supreme Court. Are you not political? You think we are stupid, we forget easily? You think we don't think? You think we don't want to protect the judiciary? The people that were working for the MPP, you were championing their cause. Today you are talking about politics. We are talking about constitutionality. We are talking about a constitutional matter. You are talking about political matter. Where is the politics? What are you talking about, Adole? Adole Torkono, what are you talking about? Because of unity, you change the constitution, you can't some no TV so. Now what about your constitution? You yourself, I'm asking you, do you think you are a Ghanaian? What proves that you are a Ghanaian? You could not even define who is a Ghanaian. Who a Ghanaian is. You want us to touch the constitution. Now me say otoye naya and I say onufuye num. These are things you people do. The disrespect. You people connive with politicians. You break the neck of the law to favor your friends and family who are in politics. These people, these 3 judges out of the 5, you were moving them to the Supreme Court all because they did some good job you thought to you. You were satisfied. We the people, every moral Ghanaian realized that what these people were doing was wrong. But you said we are stupid. Adole. Adole, at Torkono, you are depressed. I think you feel too important. Maybe at home. You feel too important at home. Mellow yourself. Go into the shower. Be in so. To wig, you know. Nebusa on say na me ya wine. Ro jawo. Yi braziano raw dross. Na you wig na gina shower say. Nebusa say who am I? Unyo bia. You need to mellow before the constitution. You are not bigger than anybody. Your arrogance is too much. You make Ghanaians think, say, Obasi Adrian say, without you, we as a people, we cannot move. Tatuchi Kata advised you when he stood before you and you disrespected him because of Kwadwo. Tatuchi Kata told you something. You felt power was in your reach. You thought you could abuse power. You disrespected every single person who came before you. Your body language. You made Ghanaians feel you were some God, but you are nothing. We can make you God. And we have seen your actions. We lived with you all these years. We know you are not qualified. You don't have to lead our judiciary. If you have self-respect, Adole Torkono, you should have resigned a long time. Because there's nothing about you that the younger generation that want to get into judiciary should learn. What? You sat in the courts to give your daughter almost 5 billion contract. Why should we, as Ghanaians, give you any room? Chachu advised you, but you thought Kwadwo was your guardian angel. You thought the NPP was your meal. You thought you can take us for a ride, Adole. This was the advice Tatuchi Kata gave you.
I conclude with prophetic words that were spoken centuries ago. For they sow the wind, and they shall reap the whirlwind. These are the words of the prophet Hosea, to be found in Hosea chapter 8, verse 7. He that has an ear, let him hear. I conclude with prophetic words that were spoken centuries ago. For they sow the wind, and they shall reap the whirlwind. These are the words of the prophet Hosea, to be found in Hosea chapter 8, verse 7. He that has an ear, let him hear. I conclude with prophetic words that were spoken centuries ago. For they sow the wind, and they shall reap the whirlwind. These are the words of the prophet Hosea, to be found in Hosea chapter 8, verse 7.
He advised you. May come and I easy. I'm a piece at for I say your 2 boneno. It be canano. there are two edubone no. Sa edubone na obeto no, ebi kawa no. Now why too politically arrogant? The arrogance. Yet here and there, as we speak, your lawyer who is defending you in court, Godfred, is a subject of investigations. And here, the General Legal Counsel, has been petitioned to look into the conduct of Godfred. You, a thief, is your lawyer. Madam Torkono, a thief, a criminal lawyer, somebody who basically chats with subjects. It makes him a criminal. An attorney general who goes behind the scenes, meets subjects in a judge's house to discuss a pending matter. Today, your lawyer, Torkono, your lawyer, is a thief who is under investigation. A petition had been filed at the General Legal Counsel. And how do you expect people, Ghana, to respect you? Your lawyer now, Wakofano, Attorney General Wakofano, and Kwasiadia or no, and your petition General Legal Counsel. Any country be a serious, he needs to be this bad. Adia ye they been serious da. Adia Godfred ye during Atoforce and Agyapong case, we saw text messages, we heard audios, we saw evidence of a criminal attorney general. We sat in Ghana. You sat there and you did not utter a word. All because you thought the NPP is a party that was going to rule for 100 years. Today, our Chief Justice, your lawyer, is seen as a criminal. He's being treated as a criminal because of your arrogance. Resign and save your family from this disgrace. Arrogance. Torkono, remember your beginnings. That is not how you were trained. Sika eni bre. Power. Small power. What they intimidate ukunu, intimidate fear. So you feel say when that power is taken, you will commit suicide. Adole, then you will commit suicide. Because if this power was nothing to you, you would have let it go. You would have let it go. Like a long time come and call. But because you know without you being Chief Justice, you are nothing, even in your home. That is why you are still holding on to straws. That is why you are making a criminal like Godfred, somebody who we all know does crazy, illegal things as an attorney general. That is why today you have a criminal to be as your lawyer. Say to me na yajino. Say enye bibia, why are you all over the place? And now you are scared to sit before the committee members. Because what you are going to hear, it will destroy you. You are buying time. Nobody can save you. You are fighting the Constitution. You said it. You said, what we have now is a constitutional matter, not a party matter. As we speak today, the process has been fair. It has been transparent. It has been constitutionally right. It has never been political. So please, don't tell us to amend the Constitution to favor you. Because you are just Torkono. If you believe that you have served us well and that the job you did was diligent, there are two things you can do. Go meet the committee or resign. Adole. That is all. Time no day for this. I am going here. I won't agree and I won't do this. It shows that power we gave you. From what you are doing. Because me, when I come to your TV station, that's what I say, oh, my men now TV so enkasa. Me ba radio. Now, okay, so oh, my men now radio so enkasa. I wouldn't be angry. I wouldn't be pissed off because I know I have a platform that is bigger than you. So if you believe you're a good lawyer, you believe you have served diligently, you believe that you did nothing wrong, what is your problem? Go there and answer the questions. Whether it's on camera or not on camera, go and give your answers. But because you know the allegations are all true, you are trying to play smart. You are doing politics. Adole, maintain your level. If you ask me, you are not coming back. You are not. You are a former Chief Justice. Maybe the reality didn't hit you yet, but the fact of the case is say Gertrude Torkono, you are a former Chief Justice. Suck it. Swallow it. Feel it. That is how you are. That is who you are going to be from now. You can't change it. These are facts. You are a former Chief Justice. So maintain your level and stop distracting the system. We have better things to think about.